See loss as love. This is where God and the divine want us to reframe. So when we are calling in higher levels of being, expansiveness, we're calling in manifestations of love, of finances, of career change, X, Y, and Z. We're societally programmed to stay small, to not be too much, to not be too powerful, especially women here in society, right? So a lot of women, feminine energy is suppressed, right? So when the suppression of the feminine energy is really at play, it's this unconscious narrative that says we can't be too powerful. And if we are too powerful, if we are too happy, if we are too much, right, of something else that somebody doesn't have, right, then that means that we are then at a higher risk of loss of connections, of intimacy, friendships, X, Y, and Z, right? Because when our life is too good, and naturally jealous, envious people come into our life, right? That or they're already in our lives, and they may not wish the best for us. They may be secretly hating on us. They may be trying to bring us down. They maybe start to project on us, right? So then what we do is we kind of take on this narrative and we take on the projection as our own. Oh, well, okay, then maybe I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy enough. Maybe I need to dim myself down a little bit, right? To stay in this kind of like, struggle bus with everybody else, in societal norm here, to be normal, to be the cool kid, to be X, Y, and Z, right? So now we all have this unconscious narrative that we can't be happy, we can't be successful without envy and loss, because then if we are successful, that equals loss. That equals loss of our friendships, that equals loss of our loved ones, that kind of stuff, right? It connects that dot in that cohesive way in our mind. But that's why loss is love. That's where God is coming in and saying, this is where we need to reframe so that we can open ourselves up. We can release the grief. We can put down the defenses, right? And we can allow ourselves to say that we're being protected. If people leave our lives because we're too happy, we're being protected from them. If we lose a connection because of our success, we're being protected from them. Loss is God's love. Rejection is God's protection. That's where that comes into play. So this is where we get to reframe our mind here and say we should never be allowing ourselves to remain small, to tell ourselves that we cannot be above and beyond where we are right now. Because even if we're not consciously saying, oh, well, I need to stay small for my friends, it's an unconscious thing that's playing out for us. We're remaining small to be likable, to be palpable. So don't stay quiet anymore. Let that inner beast out to play. Allow yourself to reach that level of success, that level of laughter, of playfulness, of joy, of balance, of peace, of success, of honor. Whatever you are striving for, that society says you can't have. Because society's norms are struggle and anxiety and depression and scarcity and poverty and lack and no time and no love and burnt out, right? All these negative, fear based, limited beliefs that keep us running around in the circles of suck. Break free. Let your mind believe in miracles and blessings. And when you reach that point, allow yourself to say, I'm allowed to be here. And do not have fear around losing. This opens us up for flow. Whatever happens, happens. This is pure surrender, full detachment to allow God in and to just truly flow. Let what wants to come, come, and what wants to go, go, because it's all for a higher purpose. Loss is love. When you lose people, places, situation, it's God's love. It may not look like that at first. It may feel that turmoil, but if you allow yourself to reframe, it will never take away from your inner power, from your self-love, from your self-worth, from your self-confidence ever again, because you know it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with God's divine plan. So go be the best version of yourself. Allow yourself to enjoy happiness and success because you are wildly deserving of it, and abundance is your birthright.